NetherRealm is a narrative-driven tabletop role-playing game podcast. For this season, we're using the Dungeons & Dragons 5e rules. Kinda. Sometimes the language on this podcast can get a little spicy, but if that doesn't bother you, my name is Will, and I play Six.
I'm Bruce, and I'm the voice of Archie.
I'm Frazier, and I play Margbark Smoth.
My name is Emily, and I'm the voice of Osiris T-Sun.
And I'm your game master, Tanner, and this is what happened on the last episode of NetherRealm, The Never There.
Hello, this is your captain speaking. You might already know, but the big bird is fish food. It just so happens that the Exarchans saw the whole thing. That means free food and a soft bed, a blessing after so many nights in jail. Sadly, I wasn't able to stick around to enjoy some well-earned downtime. Sometimes, you just have to disappear and leave behind an old rusted sword. Oh, and in case you're worried that our actions don't have consequences, maybe we should check in on our patron. And I don't mean the one in my sword.
Where is it? Where in the name of the one is it? All right, say she. Nowhere left to run? Run? I wasn't trying to run. I just had to tidy up a few things before I gave myself up peacefully. Yeah, all right. Face say she, by order of the Crown, I, Justice Vicken Pruitt, place you under arrest for the high crime of treason. Wait a second, I didn't... You will be held until your trial. Because this is a crime against the Crown itself, you will not be permitted the rights of the accused. You will stand before the Crown to be judged. You'll now be chained and gagged. Do not resist, sir. Please, sir. I mustn't word to my family. They will not know of my predicament. I have a letter here somewhere that explains... here it is. Norasul Stop him! Last lonely inn. Don't step through that portal, say she. Arrest this, you black-holed prick. Fuck. Any of you want to explain this to Trit? No. Nuh-uh. No. No way. Good luck, boss. We see a familiar scene. 8 guards lead Archie, Margbark, and Osiris to the room where Six is being experimented upon. But something is happening that everyone is unaware of. Everyone except Margbark Smoth and his sword. I've got everything I need, and I feel like we're getting closer to what we're looking for. We can't let this energy I've been storing up go to waste. So I'm thinking a change of plan is in order. Any ideas?
Well, all the energy you had before seemed pretty useless. There wasn't much you could do to get us out of those steel bars, and we can't do much from inside this prison, so I'm not sure where we go from here.
Well, since your last little challenge, I've been storing something up. Remember you said, hey, fuck the innocent? Well, let's do that. Not literally, of course. But with all this energy, we could wipe everything out. Or do anything else. We've got to really figure out something here. And soon.
Well, I don't know if leveling the entire prison is really going to further our mission. Not that these people really mean everything to me, but they have become close companions, and I'd like to see them live.
Alright, so... we're gonna have to search for this thing. We're gonna have to break away from this group. But then, how do we do that? And does all hell break loose?
Well, at first the answer seems simple, but there's a big flaw in the plan. I can always go invisible, as I've done before, but someone would notice if I'm missing. If there was a way I could be just somehow in two places at one time.
You know what? I think I can accomplish that. I can turn into some illusion form of you. I mean, completely there, acting as you, and then you can use your invisibility to find the item. And then we can meet back up before all this goes haywire. Or get the fuck out before everyone's hung. Either way, we're out of here.
That sounds like a decent plan when you first think of it, but do you think the rest of the party will believe it's actually me? I mean, I wouldn't call myself a nice guy, but you're kind of a dick.
I think I can tone it down. I know I'm sharp. I can be a little bit more dull, if that's what you're looking for.
I think you're trying to insult me, and fuck you for that. But this might be the best plan we have, so I say we go for it.
All right. So I become you. You become nothing. You grab the thing. And then we get out of here. If we can do it with the party, fine. I guess these guys are decent. But if we can't, get out. I'll meet you on the outside.
And Dredge and the boy, do we know where to find them?
I think I've got enough power to get them a message too. I'll keep a link to you. Figure out where you are. In case we get separated, I can feed you information. So, regardless, we'll be in check.
All right. So you feel the power start to pulse from inside you, this place where you kind of store the sword in whatever pocket dimension it keeps itself in. And as if a shadow, it starts to stretch out from inside you, and the entity of the sword clings to you. This sort of outside appearance that becomes an illusion for now, not really physical, but in that instant, you incorporate your own spells. The spells that it has allotted you since you've made an agreement with it. And in an instant, you turn invisible and move back. And without missing a step, it becomes fully corporeal and completes its grand illusion. You do know, because you can feel it, this kind of separation of this power, you can feel the amount that it has in it now. But you know that this effect will take basically all the energy that the sword has to sustain for the time that you might need to pull this off. For now, the sword is an exact tangible copy of you, and you are unable to be seen by the naked eye. You follow the group as they make their way through these hallways, and no one notices. Eventually, the party makes their way to the experimentation wing. The door to Six's room opens up, and whatever sort of material this door and this room is made out of, you can feel its dampening effect lessen. Because when this door is open, you can feel it. The pulsing that is very familiar to you, that you've held before, is coming from inside the room. And it pulls you to it. You can see the sword version of you, the sword copy, turn its head and look in the room. At this point, the guards start arguing with the scientists inside, and inside you can see them and Six strapped to their equipment. And they're arguing about bringing Six to the trial. The scientists want to keep him there, the guards want to take them. Again, we've seen this scene. But what do you in your invisible state want to do?
I'm gonna go into the room and look around to see what I can see in there.
So you slip your way between everyone and you make your way into the room. You move kind of back into a corner so you can get a good look on everything. The scientists are paying more attention to the guards now than anything else. 6 is open on the table. You can see the back of his head is opened up, and in there is an empty space. There are some mechanisms kind of moving around, some organic material that you can see as well with kind of this bluish hue. But there's definitely a gap there. As you look around the rest of the room, you can see different experimentation utensils, beakers, some sawing medical utensils. And then sort of in the back corner, you notice a large safe. And you can feel the pull coming from in there.
A locked safe?
You can go and try and see if it's open.
Can I try actively right now and not be heard or seen by the guard? I mean, obviously I won't be seen, but I don't want to call attention to myself from these scientists.
I would say that is a very risky maneuver given everything that's going on.
Okay, we're gonna let's wait because the party is still on the move. Are the scientists still talking to the guards?
Currently, yes. Basically, now at this point, the scientists are agreeing to let 6 go. So they're going to start moving back over to 6 and unstrapping him.
Okay, let's wait and see what happens with this.
Okay.
I want to just kind of see how this interaction proceeds before I do anything.
Cool. So they go and they unstrap 6. He is lifted up and given to the guards. Archie makes a comment as the group is walking off that he'll come back for those scientists and everything that they did to him or did to 6. He will visit upon them. The door is then shut, and it's just you and these 2 scientists in the room. One of them goes over to some notes that they were taking and begins poring over those, and the other walks over to the safe and puts in the combination. The door opens, and he pulls out a jagged white stone. It is currently innate. He brings it over to the table, sets it down next to the other scientist, and they both begin studying it.
Can I read the scientist his notes? Are they like open on the table? Can I read them?
Yeah, you can slink up next to him and take a look down at the notes. What they basically say is that there is some sort of power within the stone. You already knew that. They said that given certain interactions, at least with the being known as 6, there would tend to be some black tendrils that would escape from this. You've seen this quite a few times before. They are taking notes now about the stone's origin, really trying to discuss where it comes from. A few things note some similarities to Wound Stone, which is the stone that is hewn from the large chasm that splits the continent of Lear, running north to south. And a few other things about some mountain stones, but really nothing conclusive.
Shit. Like I said, I don't want to do anything that's going to attract attention to myself because I want to get that stone and get out of here. Is ultimate goal. What else is in this room? Are there like any other kind of items that could be useful or any?
There are plenty of surgical tools in here. They have, some other more blunt objects like hammer and chisel, but there are scalpels, there are medical grade saws, there's tubing, glass beakers, there's some liquids and powders around, but you don't know exactly what these do. I mean, they are labeled, but they have scientific names on them.
Okay. I want to knock like a small instrument or something onto the floor and step away to where I don't want them to be able to directly contact me while they're trying to investigate why this hit the floor.
All right. There's
like a knock and move.
There's a set of glass tools and instruments over on the side that you can knock off to cause a bit of a commotion.
Is there something small, like a scalpel, something like a little tiny metal instrument or something?
Sure. Right next to the chair that they had 6 strapped in, there's like a metal tray, and there's a couple of things that are kind of precariously set on the edge of that you can just kind of flick off and knock over.
Okay, I'm going to just pick one of the little small instruments, knock it onto the floor, and then quickly scoot away from it.
All right. They are, of course, not going to notice you visibly, but go ahead and roll stealth for me.
A 19 plus 3.
Okay. You knock that off. Both of them turn around, and one of them goes over to look at the item and pick it back up.
Shit.
The other one's just kind of looking at him. It's just an item that got knocked on the floor.
Just one of them. All right, cool. All right, well, I'm just gonna stay unnoticeable and hang out here and see what happens with these guys.
All right, so your spell has about an hour on it. You wait a while, and eventually what you hear is commotion coming from outside the door. There are people yelling and warning others of a fire. Someone bangs on the door here, yells inside that the scientists need to get out. So one of the scientists opens the door, looks back at the others, and they go ahead and put the stone back in the safe and get the heck out. I will give you that you did notice the combination when they went to open it earlier.
I was gonna ask.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
They shut the door here, and you can see as they leave outside a bunch of other people running away.
All right, let's slap that combo in and grab that stone.
All right, you do so. You crack it open. No alarms go off. You pick up the stone and you hold it in your hand. Much like that first time that you grabbed one back in Arcus. To you, it's perfectly innate, but you can feel a lingering sense of radiating power in there. With your sword being farther and farther away from you, because now they are in the courtroom. Actually, this would probably be right after their battle. You're starting to lose your sense of, being able to connect with that sort of this power, and your ability to cast spells kind of starts to fade as well.
Can I still Eldritch Blast?
I know.
Damn it! All right.
You see yourself starting to become more and more visible.
Ooh. Okay. We gotta go. We got the stone. We gotta go.
All right. Outside, you open the door. There's a bunch of people leaving. Everyone's talking about a fire, and they're scrambling to the exit. So you can very easily just maneuver
blend in. Yep.
And
blend in with that crowd. Let's go. Get out. Bye.
All right. In this commotion, you are able to easily slink out with a group of guards and scientists and other people here. No one takes much notice of you because you're just kind of there. And you make your way outside into
I
the
feel
world
like
of Port
if I was running from a fire and there was somebody who was only kind of there, I feel like I would take more notice to them than the people that were actually there.
Yeah, then you could let go.
It's a
of the
go.
visibility.
Like, oh
That's
shit, there's a half invisible guy running from this fire too.
Hey,
Like,
look, it's a
nothing
pair of
weird about
legs.
that.
Well, there's like 3 other guys who are like half invisible too. They do a lot of experimentation on this ring,
I see.
so it's
Okay,
just like
all
a
right, yeah.
thing.
So it's just one of those things that happens. See, it's a daily. Okay.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Just another Lear's Day, eh?
Yep, there you go. Hey, he
Thank
read
God
the
it's
book.
Lear's Day. Thank God.
That's
it's
the
Lear's
only day of the week that I know is Lear's Day. That's it.
Same.
Archie, Six, and Osiris. You guys are in a tent, no longer in Atoria. You are on Exarchan territory, south of the River Sanguine, in your own tent that they have put you up in. You were all talking with Margbark there, and you noticed a little purple spark on one of his shoulders, and then he disappeared, and the sword that he typically uses and is typically like covered in purple eldritch energy is just laying there on the floor where he was sitting.
Well, I guess Mark's dead.
Well,
I almost spit up my water.
Mark,
I poked the sword.
What time is it?
It's late.
Okay.
it was like
10
nighttime.
at
Yeah,
night.
we were getting ready to lay down. Osiris jumps to where Markbark was and frantically tries to reach around, see if she can find him.
I think he went invisible again, honestly. He does that.
Why would he do that? We were perfectly safe.
Maybe he's got a plan. Mark, I'm along with the plan. Let me know what it is. You can whisper.
I give Six a very bland look, and then I look to where Archie looks to where Markbark is, and he says, I'm too tired for this shit. And he just flops back on his back.
But he wouldn't have just left his sword if he disappeared.
Oh, that's true. He's never left his sword before. Maybe he is dead.
He can't be dead. Markbart?
I agree. I don't think his story ends here.
Guys, we should be concerned. I think we should really be concerned right now. And
I think Archie's asleep.
Archie,
That's the sound of Archie sleeping, for sure.
6.
That's what he sounds like.
6.
Fucking
Mark.
invisible going people randomly and leaving swords. And
Markbart wouldn't just disappear like this. Do you think he was taken?
I mean, maybe he would. I don't really know him that well. He's kind of a friend.
I mean, he seemed helpful, but I don't know.
I agree.
I think
I'll hold on to the sword for him.
we should look for him. I think he might be in
Okay.
trouble. He might be in trouble.
Yes. I agree. Let's go look for him.
Right
no
now?
joke. I agree with you. It's
I don't know.
a better time than now.
I'm pretty sleepy.
What happened to all that concern like 3 seconds ago? You were very
Maybe
concerned.
tomorrow.
Turns out you
Nope.
guys are camping in a field of poppy
I was
flowers.
actually real life yawning, though. No.
Oh, you're covering it up. Oh,
Yeah,
got it, got
no,
it.
I
That's
was-
good.
Now everybody's going to
Hold on.
yawn.
Okay. Are we in a tent, or are we in a tent, Tanner?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it has a hole in the top. It has a little fire in the center.
I'll check near the river.
Why the river?
I don't know.
Okay. if you're gonna take the river, I'm gonna go check on other people to make sure they're not also disappearing. This could be like a Thanos snap or something.
Oh, good, yeah.
Okay. Osiris is gonna go to where Chandri and Haran are, and
Okay.
hello, may I come in?
Yeah, you, Haran, you hear, like, Chandri giving some orders inside, and Haran comes in and opens the flap of the tent. Yes.
I just want to make sure that none of you guys have disappeared.
No, why would we disappear?
Well, Markbart kind of disappeared and left his sword, and I think he could be in trouble. And I just wanted to see if anybody else was disappearing.
That kind of makes sense since he tends to get people in trouble.
I think you should be more concerned than you actually are being right now, because he's one of the few people helping you guys get to Perosha, and I think that you should be more concerned that he could have possibly gotten taken, and I don't think this is okay. If he disappeared on his own volition, I don't think he would have left his sword behind.
You know, if you think about this logically, were he to not have tried to persuade the court system that any of this was Chandri's fault, then I wouldn't be here. You wouldn't have to deal with Chandri, and maybe you wouldn't have to be on your way to Perosha as your only means of not being captured.
Sounded like he was pretty desperate for help, but that's beyond the point. That's beyond the point.
Fine. I am no detective, but I will give you what assistance I can.
Just keep an eye out, please, and make sure nobody else is disappearing. I think Six and I just check on the camp people. Six and I are going to go running around.
You said he left his sword?
He has a sword. Six has it right now.
All right. I will see what I can do.
Okay, bye.
So you can tell that Haran is a bit annoyed at the situation because now he really is. What's the thing where you're on the run? A fugitive.
on the land.
On the lam.
Yeah,
On the
he's
lam.
Yeah. You guys have effectively made him a bit of a fugitive by calling Chandri out so hard.
Technically,
And
it was
Markbark one.
Chandri's fault because he employed us in the first place. I'm just
Gr-
saying.
agreed.
Well,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
all
yeah,
right,
yeah,
all
yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah.
But Markbark called him out, so he's got his reservations.
I'm just.
Look, I
saying,
understand
Ben.
Halson.
I'm giving you the facts.
I understand Halson. They want our help.
Who?
Haran.
Halson.
Haran.
Oh,
What's his
Halson.
name? Haran.
Harem.
Haran.
Hagen, Hagen, Deegan, Hagen,
with it.
Hagen Das.
Too much Baldur's
Harlem.
Gate. It's getting in my head. Sorry, they have two similar names.
His name
Harem.
is now Hagen Das.
I'm going to go catch up to Six.
All right, so Six, you're over by the river, searching around.
Yeah, you see
Eventually-
Six looking in the river, and he's pointing at fish and saying, "Did one of you guys disappear?"
He's a very
Do
smart
you have
boy.
speak with animals?
Are you Mark Bark?
I have speak with animals, actually.
Mark Bark, are you here?
He just has his
Splashes.
head underwater like an ostrich
I
shouting,
just-
Mark, are you down here?
I come up to Six and his head's in the water. Six, what are you doing?
Okay, so he actually.
I pull Six up. What are you doing, Six?
Oh, I was asking the fish.
Do you know how to speak with animals?
No.
Oh my goodness.
I've had no luck. I don't see Mark Bark anywhere though. I did check while on my way to ask the fish.
Okay, let me try. I cast speak with animals and I pull a fish out of the river.
He pulled a fish out of the water.
Okay, I pull a fish halfway out of the water, keep its gills in there. Excuse me, may I ask you a question?
It's a trout that only flaps from the top half and sings "Take Me to the River."
Yep.
So you pull this thing out, leaving its gills in. You kind of pull it out a little bit too far at first because you're like, I'm just gonna pull the thing out of the water.
Oh,
So it's
sorry.
like,
I'm sorry. We think one of our friends is in danger, and I just wanted to see if you knew, or had
It's a
seen,
river bass.
if you'd seen anybody, coming around here recently.
There's a big bird,
A bird?
and it a bird,
What? A bird?
bird.
Boat? Boat? Are you saying? Can you like?
So, oh yeah. Oh, sorry, you scared me. You can't pull a fish out
I'm
of
sorry.
water.
I'm trying to keep you alive. I'm not trying to kill you.
A bird,
A boat or
bird.
a bird? Like
Emily, please cast shape water.
okay, I'm gonna wild shape as an octopus, and I'm gonna jump in the river.
When you jump in the river, a catfish swims by, and you hear meow.
I'm gonna wild shape as an octopus and jump in the river.
All right, you jump in the river holding on to this fish, and he's like,
I let him go. I let him go. I let him go.
All right.
Sorry, I thought this might be easier to talk. What did you see?
A bird. It got wings and feathers.
So you haven't seen anything else like in the river or like nearby, like human or anything?
Fish. There's a fish.
Okay.
It points a fin over at another fish. It goes by. The other fish goes, I'm a fish.
Tanner's fish.
It's just.
Tanner, is there any other living creatures that are not this specific type of fish in this water?
There's some dorkfish.
Yeah. There's basically what I was going for.
Can we? Hey, Tanner, here's the thing. Emily, I want you to play this, and me, Fraser, Bruce, and Tanner are all going to play the things you talk to. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
All right,
Yeah.
let's go.
Okay, so this guy is a river bass. Over nearby, you see Will, the
Clownfish.
gar.
Oh,
No, there's
gar.
not
Okay,
clownfish
okay,
in
gar.
a river.
Yeah. Okay,
the
got it.
gar, and then you see
Bruce the catfish.
yeah, Bruce is the catfish, and Fraser is a river shrimp.
Okay.
All right, ask us questions.
Can anybody help me? I just need some information on if my friend was here.
I saw a bird. A bird. I saw a bird.
Bird.
Meow.
Bird.
Meow.
You see a bird?
I
Meow.
saw growl.
I saw a bird.
There's a bird. You see a bird?
Meow.
Have you seen a human? A human. A boat. A human. And anything. Have you seen feathers? A bird.
Big
Hey,
bird.
what's a boat? Is that like a bird?
A boat is a big ship in the water.
This is the stupidest fucking bit on this entire
Osiris
podcast.
gives up. Osiris gives up. She reverts her wild shaping.
Okay. There's a little crab that comes up nearby. He says,
Hey.
okay, there's another little crab that comes up. He goes, Hello. You're looking for a friend? Yes, I can be a friend. What are you looking for?
I'm looking for my friend that disappeared. I wanted to see if you saw anyone else in the area that might not have been at this camp location over in this direction.
Well, your friend that disappeared, does he walk sideways like this and he kind of does a little crab walk? Does he swim in the water?
No, he's a human. A human.
He's not a human.
Well, he's not a human. He's a humanoid. He's an elf.
A humanoid.
Yes.
All right. An elf. I know elves.
Okay.
Their ears are like my claws.
Yes, have you seen one recently in the area?
No. Well, yes, no, actually, that's not true. My memory doesn't go back that far, if I think about it.
It happened recently, like in the last 10 minutes.
He said
Sure.
no.
Yes, so there's a lot of elves that come down to the river and go fishing.
In the last 10 minutes.
In the last 10 minutes, there was an elf. He let liquid into the water.
What?
Hey, shrimp comes by.
Oh, he pissed.
Oh, suck
he
it,
pissed in the
blue! He
river.
pissed in the water!
Six sticks his head into the water, go.
This
Scares
has been
the shit out of
the
everything.
most useless conversation I think I've ever had in my entire life.
I can be your friend if you're looking for one.
I'm good, thank you. And Osiris leaves.
Wow, fuck you too. Bloop, it goes in the water.
Osiris gives up. 6?
Okay.
I don't think he's been here recently.
a bitch. And the other shrimp swims away.
The guard goes, and just, okay, whatever. Anyways.
Why did I?
all right,
Why am I
all
having
right.
dreams about being a French shrimp?
Osiris.
We're done. We're done. This is over.
Osiris, did you find out anything useful?
Canceled. No, 6. Actually, I feel like nature might not be all that great that I thought it was. Especially the aquatic form.
Oh, well.
She begins to dump toxic sludge in the rivers.
All I know is
Okay.
that a elf peed in the river, and that's all I know. That's it.
Oh, maybe that was Mark.
Maybe, but what kind of fucking good useful information is that?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe we were just asking the wrong questions.
You should have been down there.
I can't speak fish.
Yeah. Well,
I
I wish I
already
could
tried.
because they were very useless. Anyways, I don't know if he's been here recently, or I don't know if this is where he would have What if they didn't even teleport him anywhere close?
What if he's not teleported? What if he's right here with us? And
Mark Bark!
well,
Can you hear
look,
me?
This is the ghost of Margbar.
This is look, I think that the best thing to do is trust the Mark's decision. He has not steered me wrong yet, even though I haven't known him for a long time.
But what if this wasn't his decision?
We gotta trust that it will be, because I can't do anything for him now, and I know that you humanoids need your sleep. I'll be on the lookout for him while you get rest, and we'll get him tomorrow.
You better be okay.
I hope so too. And I give Osiris a big hug.
Aw. I hug 6 back.
Aw,
Tink.
what a moment.
Thanks, 6. That made me feel a lot better.
I like you. We should be friends. Also, I like your husband too. Fiance?
Well, I'm not really sure what he is yet, but I thought he was very useful. I hope that maybe we can see him again.
Across the plain, you hear. No, okay.
Oh,
That was Mia doing an attempt.
I was
of
about
running,
to say,
getting farther
it's
and
been
closer.
less than like 6 hours since that letter got sent out. By the way, Emily is cringing at the thought of half-orc strong guy, but Osiris kind of likes him, so
Nice.
we gotta do it. We gotta
Okay.
do what Osiris wants.
All right, so 6 is going to set up his sentry outside the thing and wait for Mark signs.
Okay. Everyone else goes back into sleep. Haran does a little bit of searching around, comes back and gives a negative report. So Osiris, you settle down to rest. 6, you set up in your sentry mode with Margbark's sword nearby. It's a different looking sword, jagged in places that typically wouldn't make too much sense. Seems worn. The leather on the hilt is... Well, actually, Fraser, would you like to describe the sword? It kind of goes through these kind of phases and stuff like that, but it being in its innate position, what does it look like?
Yeah, if you were to see this sword just laying somewhere, and like
You'd leave it there.
I don't know exactly what a dirty pirate sword is supposed to look like, but that's what this sword looks like. You know, like you can tell like somebody has taken it and just smacked shit with it that is not meant to be.
Is it more
They
like
tried
a-
to cut
swords,
trees,
Is it
Yeah.
more like
down with
a
it?
scimitar?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
something like that. Like, yeah, it's got dings in the blade where it should just be
Almost
nice
like
and
it's
sharp,
serrated.
fine pointed. Almost, yeah, it's almost like serrated, but in a very jagged, nasty way. It's
Okay.
got rust spots on the back of the blade. Yeah, the leather on the handle is just torn up, hanging on by a thread. Just not doing well. It's tarnished, it's gross looking.
I really got to teach Markbark how to take care of metal.
Do you try and do anything with it?
Six is gonna take care of the sword. He's gonna clean it up all nice, or try to, because he should have experience, taking care of metal, keeping metal nice and clean.
Should he? You haven't been awake for all that long, and you haven't taken a bath.
Well, he is wearing that blacksmith's apron still.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I get
That
plus
pretty
one to
much
blacksmithing.
qualifies him right
Yeah, there you go.
I think.
Okay.
I got the blacksmith's gloves too.
No matter what you do, you can't make this thing any nicer.
Oh, okay. I spit on it. Just kidding. I don't have spit.
Oh yeah.
It's oil.
We long rest.
Yeah, we go to sleep. Okay, I can't do anything with sword. I just set it beside me and hold it up so Markbark can see that I'm,
I went ahead and reset my spell slots.
Hello, dear listeners. This is Will. All of us here at NetherRealm want to thank you again for listening to our podcast, and we sincerely hope you're enjoying this episode from the Never There campaign. Our next episode comes out on December the 4th, so make sure you're following us to listen to the new episodes as soon as they release. If you're enjoying the podcast, please drop us a rating on Spotify. If you'd like to see more content from us, consider following us on all our social media platforms. You can find us on most platforms at NetherRealm and at NetherRealm Podcast on Instagram. You can also stop by our website at netherrealm.com to check out all kinds of cool info about the NetherRealm and pick up your own NetherRealm merch. We even stream on Twitch every Tuesday from 6:30 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All of your support is truly amazing. Now let's get back to the gang and see how they get out of this mess.
You guys are woken up right at the crack of dawn by the dwarf from the night before that Mariah made a deal with Chandri's Eider.
I declare swim speed and being able to breathe underwater as my ability.
Okay, nice. Got it.
For the day. Nice.
All right. This dwarf, just to give a little bit more of a description for this episode, he has a big black beard and a crooked nose. Despite his stature, he stands tall, but you notice a weariness to him, likely from years on the battlefield. One thing that you might know about Exarch, not a lot of dwarves. They are not native to Lycotoria, the old continent that both of them came from. This guy comes in. All right. Good morning. Is all of you awake?
Good morning.
I am now.
Yes.
This is a soldier's life. We must all be prepared at all times. And you have been sleeping for at least 4 hours. That is long enough.
Well, you're not wrong.
I am not, because you have to get out of here.
Why?
Huh.
Well, I mean, this is Exarchan territory. You are Taurians. I can't really trust you not to say things that are going on here and report back. So if I'm going to let you go and live, you've got to go.
Okay.
Ah. Well, just point us to the direction of our boat. We'll be on your way. On our way.
Okay, no, I was about to
Yes,
say my
our
way is
way.
in the other direction. All right.
He doesn't know Common very well. He's still learning.
Yeah. I'm a baby.
Tanner, am I no longer a giant stony golem?
Oh, The only thing that is still stone on you are your 4 magical arms. So you still do have extra arms.
Tanner!
Yeah.
One thing that I have failed to do is my Cosmic Omen as a starry Circle of the Stars druid. My Cosmic Omen is after I finish the long rest, I roll a die, and if it's even, as a reaction, I can add a 1d6 to the number rolled for the attack, check, or save. Or if it's odd, I can subtract the same thing, a 1d6. So I got it even. So for the rest of the day, if we're fighting, I can add a 1d6 to an ally on their attack rolls.
Damn.
That's dope as hell.
I forgot
to do
that.
Remember last time you guys did get inspiration at the end of the rock fight.
We did. Thank you, me. Woo.
Nice.
I need to add
I'm gonna
that.
mark that.
How long does that last for? Is it just forever?
It's forever. Just remember to use it. All right. So yeah, you guys start packing up your minimal stuff, the things that you brought out just to be a little bit more comfortable the night before. You follow this dwarf out who hasn't introduced himself by name. And he starts to lead you kind of through the camp. I am not going to let you go without having breakfast. And I might do a little fishing for information if this is a fair trade for you. It's beautiful breakfast. Not all the soldiers get it. It's what I get every morning as the general, you know? Little bit more better treatment. So I give you good breakfast, send you on your way without any harm, and you give me a little bit of information about Atoria. Does that sound like a fair deal?
Yeah. Sounds good to me. Although I really don't need to eat.
You don't need to eat?
No.
Where's our boat friends that were here with us?
Oh, they are packing the boat. They are very early risers, much earlier than you. They were up in still dark, and I saw them, and I was like, hey, those are good people.
You didn't want to ask them?
I have asked them many questions. Yes,
Oh.
we have working relationship.
Okay.
But they have been on the outskirts of things, and I have heard that you are not always with them, so you might have different, more information.
I don't think I'll be much of use because I've been living in the woods for the past 5 years.
Well, then you don't get breakfast.
Oh, okay.
She can have my breakfast. I'll give you whatever you need. Archie here knows a lot about Atoria. He's my best friend.
That is good. Hey, you can have extra breakfast. I give you sweets.
If you ask a question, I can try to answer it for breakfast.
All right. Everybody gets breakfast.
Hey,
this is
thank
fine.
you. So generous.
But we'll answer questions as a group. It'll be kind of like show and tell, okay?
Okay.
All right. So he leads you kind of into their mess tent. This one is a little bit more sturdy than the other tents that are around. They've put more wooden structure up for this one because it gets used so often. He looks at all of you as he sits you down. It's a full course breakfast. They've got grilled tomatoes, eggs, toast. You can see all the other guys around just kind of eating, like an egg, a piece of toast, and nothing else. But you guys get condiments, some pickled fish, some pickled pickles, and whatever. Name some good stuff. Sausage.
pickles.
They got sausage.
Pickled sausage?
Pickled sausage.
Oh my gosh.
Is everything pickled?
We don't want it to go bad, If anything happens between us and our supply line, then we have to... that is information I get. That was very good. I am not giving you that information.
Okay, I'm sorry. I wasn't
I
trying
think
to.
I already know
I like
it.
pickles. That's all it is.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think introductions probably would be very good. You may call me Sergeant Apple.
Apple?
Like the food?
Like the fruit.
Well, I am from Nesbal, so not many people can actually pronounce my real name, my actual last name, so this is kind of like a commonization of my name. It's a bit, I don't think your tongues are built for dwarvish last names. As
Let's hear it.
You want to? You are not there.
I'm not there, but let's hear it anyway.
Not unless someone else asks for it.
I tell him in Dwarvish that I think that I'll be able to understand you just fine.
Oh, yeah, all right. Okay. He attempts to. I'll attempt to pronounce the name that I've written.
You wrote the name? You named
Yeah.
him and wrote the name down.
I
and
know
You can't...
it's very
And he
That's
difficult.
can't
good.
even pronounce it.
That's good.
If Pielacholudrach.
There you go. I can do it.
That's
just fine.
pretty close. You missed a couple. If Pielacholudrach.
Well, I'm not reading it off the paper like you are, so.
I'm not reading it off paper, it is in my head. I guess, you know what? One of my devices to remember things is paper and head. You are very intuitive. I am not telling you that information. It is just memory. Normal memory.
All right, sure.
Anyone else want to give it a try? FPL Drach?
Nice to meet you, Sergeant Apple.
FPL Drach. I pronounced it a couple different ways this whole time, so don't worry too much about it.
Yeah, it's fine.
Let's
You
move
got
on.
Nice to meet you.
General Apple is fine.
General Apple, nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too. What are your names?
I'm 6.
I'm Osiris.
You can call me Archie.
These are very normal names that I can pronounce very easily. Six.
You're welcome.
Osiris in Elche.
Close enough.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I'd know you were talking to me if we were, swinging axes together.
Is this penis joke?
No, it's a battlefield joke. What's wrong with you?
Well, every battlefield joke in Nesbel is penis joke.
All right, that's fair, I guess.
What's a penis?
You already
Six,
know
you
what a
don't-
penis is because you know you don't have one.
I don't
That's
have
fair.
those.
Something you don't have, 6.
All right, so they say, Elchi, that you have the most knowledge of Atoria, right?
Yeah,
So,
probably.
have you ever met the Queen?
No.
Okay, we figure we start at the top. Have you ever met any of the Queen's advisors?
Ooh, does that mean Talis Java?
I don't think he wasn't one of the advisors. He's just
He's a advisor to the advisors, maybe?
That is enough if you know that information.
well, he technically was just an economist. So all he did was hire people to do things and pay people to do things, and he wasn't really good at it because, quite frankly, we haven't gotten paid for what we did for him. But anyway, that's besides the point.
Well, I am very interested in the Torian economy.
It's bad. People who are in the top, well, they get left behind as usual.
I understand this.
He was supposed to set up a meeting with me and Piot Belcom.
I do not know this name.
That's the Queen's historian.
Oh, you had a meeting with Queen's historian.
No, it never got set up.
Wait, sorry, I'm probably using wrong thing. Maybe like piss participle or something. Not you have had, but you were planned. I understand what you were saying. You planned to have meeting, didn't have meeting.
Archie, am I giving too much information?
No, fuck Atoria.
Ah, okay.
Yes, fuckatoria. I mean, we are in truce times. No, we are fine where we are.
Right.
Yes, exactly. The Sanguine River need not be sanguine again.
Oh, have you ever heard of Crownswood?
Crownswood, yes, I have heard of Crownswood. Oh, I have heard lots of Crownswood. And you can kind of see his eyes perk up at this. I have never heard of Crownswood.
This is not a
before.
penis joke again.
Well, yeah, I got that, yes.
I know where you can find a lot of Crownswood. You could deal with the Hadleys.
He takes a moment and he goes, "Oh, who are the Hadleys?" Roll perception. Or roll insight.
Insight? Okay. I'm way better at insight.
Everyone
That's
can
a
roll
9
insight.
plus 6 is a 15.
I get advantage, right? Because I'm using my smeller while he's there.
I can
Oh,
allow
yeah,
that.
insight. Yeah.
Well, that was what the description was.
Yep.
I got an 8.
All right.
I got a 17.
Archie in 6. He's lying.
Osiris is eating her breakfast.
I'm sorry, I was just not paying attention.
Launching.
Oh,
You can tell that he knows about the Hadleys.
I look at Archie. I'm just going to look at Archie.
Now, wait a second. You want us to answer questions, obviously, and truthfully, but you're not willing to at least admit that you know who the Adleys are when you clearly do. I can smell it on you, bruv.
All right, well, that is impressive, to say the least. But the thing is I give you breakfast, you give me answers. I never said anything about me giving you answers. This is one-way road with a little path on the side that you are getting breakfast on.
I haven't had real food in a while.
That was incomprehensible.
I said I haven't had real food in a while. Yummy.
Nice. You're welcome.
Well, I think I'm out of information. And I just look at Archie again. Archie, anything else that you want to tell for breakfast?
Archie looks in his bag and he goes, "Well, you see, I got 18 days of rations, and I'm used to eating worse than rations, so I say we can go get on a boat at this point. Don't really need to eat gentleman's breakfast. Don't really like to eat breakfast with people who don't be honest with me like I'm being honest with them anyway."
Look. All right. I have indirectly worked with Headleys.
Oh, see, that's your first mistake, was working with Adleys.
Well, I mean, I'm not working with them, right? They are shipping down armaments to Exarch to supply us. A lot of the swords and axes and other battlements here were made by them. And he'll pat his axe he has on his hip. You can notice that the handle on it does have these same colorations as Crowns would.
You should probably find yourself a better provider.
Well, everything is tested very nicely. Their craftsmen have done a great job. It is really the supplies that we need. Most of the Crowns wood that they ship down is in pristine condition. But I think that might be enough information for me for actual secret battle plans. So if I'm saying that, then I would like something, decent back from you. And if you are any way familiar with, I don't know, government entities, people in power, certain prison systems, any of that information we will take, because anyone that is in a prison might not be a patriot.
Have you got any paper?
You mean like money?
No, like to write on.
Oh, to write down. Yes, we have plenty of paper. Oh, we get a hard copy. All right, yeah, it is fine. He will point over to one of the soldiers. Get some paper. And the quill would probably be good too, right?
Maybe some ink.
Yes, well, it comes. Oh, yeah, ink too. You're right. Good call. So they come back. They bring, some parchment, quill, and ink.
I draw him a fucking diagram of the prison to the best of my ability.
Nice. All right. This is wonderful. You basically trace the pathways that you took, which were quite a few of them. You consult Six and Osiris. Osiris definitely had a different point of view through it, so you all kind of come up with this nice makeshift map of Port Weymouth Prison. This is right on the coast, too. Easy access.
And I also supply handwritten names of everybody who's in league with the Hadleys, who are basically acting as nobility in Port Weymouth now.
All right. The whole city. This is worth quite a bit. You know what? I might, I like this new axe. Yes. But I do have old axe from Nesball that isn't quite as sharp, but is, seen a lot of battle use. It means a lot to me, but this means even more, especially at this point in time. I will give it to you. I see you carry X. Would you like that?
Yeah, I'll take it, sure.
All right. He will send another one of his guards, and they will come back with basically a hand axe, a throwing axe size. And he says, this is just, it looks like simple X. It's very dwarven in its nature. The bottom of the handle curls forward. The top of it comes out into a bit of a curve, and you can see the etchings and designs on it are inlaid with a few different minerals. It kind of looks like similar to Damascus with the way that the waves are in the metal.
Nice.
Okay, cool.
He goes on to explain, this is very nice X. I don't just give it to anyone, but I'm hoping that someone that is not so patriotic like you, we could maybe call on you in the future. And this is, the kind of oiling of the gears, right? So this particular one comes back when you call it. How cool!
Oh shit!
That's cool.
You throw it. You say its name, which is Delilah, and it comes right back.
Hey there, Delilah.
Do you have to say, "Hey there, Delilah"?
Yes, actually, you do.
Yep.
It is,
There it
it
is.
is name of first girlfriend. that they had when they moved to Exarch. Met her in Goldmarsh. Very nice lady. We left on amicable terms. You know, I was in army, she was in the bakery. So, you know.
Did you ever try Belloc?
Oh my.
That is a sex move.
Yes.
With her. Oh, you are asking. Oh, many times.
Good. I didn't know if you knew what it was.
Oh, 100%. Into it.
Well, one more thing. Look, I think we need to be on our way, but I wanted to ask you one more thing. Can you, if you see Aeneas Hadley, make sure he knows that the Black Wolf Brigade is going to kick his ass.
Okay. All right, so Archie, that is a +1 throwing X. That will come back when you call it.
Cool.
All right. Osiris, so they start, you guys have a full breakfast. I'm going to go ahead and say that you guys have, you are more well-fed than you've been in a while. So take another point of inspiration.
Ho ho!
With that, as you're leaving Osiris, you see this kind of, this person messing with this large brown jug over on the side. It looks like it has 2 bulbous tears on it and a couple different spouts. And this person is dressed in the same sort of army uniform, lower ranking than General Apple. But they are moving their hands about and using some sort of spell work to make water move in and out of the spouts on this thing. As you look at it, you can definitely tell that it is a magical item.
Of the spouts, or?
The actual jug is magical.
Oh.
This particular soldier gets up and starts walking away from it, leaving the jug by itself.
I'm gonna roll stealth to go grab it without getting noticed.
All right, you can walk by it as you're walking out the door.
I'm gonna walk by and go poop.
Yeah, you could slide it. You could slide a hands it. Everyone kind of sees you, but you can kind of.
Well, that's an 18 on dice plus 3.
You snatch this thing and put it beneath your cloak that has, you barely flash the stars on the underside of your cloak and tuck it back in there and wrap it around it, and you walk out with
Like
this
that.
thing.
Like that, she became a criminal.
Yep.
Like that.
We have
all this. I shouldn't have done anything with these
Osiris
people.
Osiris has a knack for magical things, okay?
You've completely ruined all of my good-natured abilities and who I am as a person.
Osiris has a thing for magical items.
She's just been lying to herself the whole time. You've been bad through
Tanner,
it.
where's my magical item that I see with my eyes?
I haven't gone to you. Maybe you might not get one now. Will, fuck off.
Osiris is a good person with a neutral tendency. Like
no, thievery is not neutral. Sorry, no.
But it's for her own benefit.
It doesn't. I mean, that's fine. You can be neutral, but thievery in and of itself is not neutral. It is absolutely
got him. You evil.
Chaotic neutral.
Yeah, that's probably fine. Yeah.
All right, what you have here, because it's stamped on the side of this thing, is a decanter of endless water.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Tanner's
as shit.
favorite fucking item.
Oh, that's cool.
I really like this one, and she's done shape water a bunch, so I figured
that's cool as shit.
Nice.
Oh, it's a way to cast ice
She's
knife.
now a waterbender.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep, she's a waterbender.
I'm a waterbender. Oh my god. Okay, making a note of this right now.
What's this wand on the ground
No,
here?
Reeds
oh my
is
God.
waterbender.
No, as
Why
you were
does this wand
leaving.
say big wish on the side of it? It's crazy.
Shut up, Will. I had something really cool planned for you, but you're pushing my buttons, buddy.
Okay, I apologize.
He gave you laser hands last session. Why don't you
Laser
call it
eyes.
that, Will?
Laser eyes. Yep.
Eyes, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Pew, 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 pew. Now I'm just imagining like finger guns.
From your eyes.
As you walk back out into the sun, Six, you blink in the manner that you do, kind of flashing your LED eyes. And on a couple of these times when you're blinking, they shoot out a little bit of energy that is still there. I know I said this is going to last for 24 hours, but you feel this being more of a permanent development.
My laser eyeballs are
You
permanent.
have laser eyes.
No way.
What your eyes now are capable of is a Scorching Ray, which is a second level spell. You are able to cast it once per long rest.
Okay.
with the caveat that the next turn you will be blind for that turn.
So just one turn of blindness. Meh.
One turn of
I'll
I
blindness.
take
wrote
that.
laser eyes in all caps on my sheet. I've got to get all the other things. I need a refrigeration core. I need all the things that I've said.
We're just going to do upgrades on you. Remember, it's Scorching Ray, okay?
Yep.
Okay. All right, you guys are led out of here. Sergeant Apple kind of tells you a little bit about his personal history. He says, I am originally from Nesbal, as they have said, but they will say this. Exarch has a lot of money. They hired me out to shape up this segment of their army. And, man, if you guys... I saw you fight the bird. That was very impressive. If you guys ever want a job here, we can pay very well. And then you could leave the rich dickhead behind. The other guy's pretty cool, though. I might offer him money as well.
Oh, Harn's a badass.
Seems that way.
Yeah, I'll keep it in mind. How does Exarch deal with his people?
Everyone is free to do what they want. It is, if you have money to buy things, you buy things. If you don't, you don't. Much different than Nesbal. Everyone just kind of works towards similar goals. But Exarch, everything goes around pretty well. They have some issues, right? Every place does. There's a lot of money that they found in those marshes down there, and there's still a lot of it left. So they have plenty of money to spend, but not a whole lot to spend it on, which is why, they're making deals outside the country. Really, the picture that I get from, the other higher-ups in the army is that Exarch, Atoria did them wrong back on the old continent. And the story that is told to everyone across Lear is very different. I don't really know all the ins and outs of it. It's been a long time since the Exarchans moved here into the Protectorate. But as they tell it, there is no old Exarch to return to on Kalatas, the old country to the west. There was something that happened called the Sundering, and they blame the Atorians for it. But I think the Atorians also fled from there as well, a few years later. It is a bit of a mess, so I can understand why they want to fight.
Yeah, it makes sense. They always send the poor and all that. Anyway.
Why do you always
All
say
right,
the
well-
poor?
Yes, that was my System of a Down reference there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, General, I'm going to give you one more little bit of advice, and you can heed it or don't. Doesn't really matter to me, but it may matter to you and your men. If you see black smoke headed your way quickly, you should abandon your post.
Well, all right. I will take that under advisement. I thank you.
And it's not a Taurian, whatever the hell it is.
Well, if it was, we wouldn't run from it.
Fair.
All right, he leads you back to the boat. You could see Mariah and Kalpin here are working to try and get things fixed up. There are gash marks from the talons of the rock on the back of the boat. Kalpin is trying to fix the paddle on the backside. It is crooked off of it. The metal is bent. And Mariah is yelling at him about some other stuff that's going wrong inside as she runs down with a bucket full of water. So you all walk up on this mess. General Apple looks at all of you and he says, hopefully they could get this thing fixed or you might be here a little bit longer. Where are you heading anyway?
Well, that's not an option. I jump onto the boat and I begin to work at what Culpin was working at, and I tell him to go help Mariah.
We're finishing a job.
What job?
Well,
Well, it has nothing to do with these guys on the boat. They're just giving us a lift.
That is very nice of him.
Yeah, I agree.
They've been very good to us as well with their delivery.
by the way, have you seen our compatriot,
Oh,
Mark Bark?
yeah, one of our Marg Bark.
Yeah, that's close
Close
enough.
enough.
The dark elf.
One of our friends disappeared mysteriously last night, and we don't know where he went.
Yes, the Haran told me about this. We have not seen him. It has been asked around the camp. No one has noticed him come by.
And you didn't see anybody else in the area that looked unfamiliar?
Well, I don't know all the men here personally. They are all in their own
Oh.
groups, so familiarity isn't
Okay.
constant.
It's worth a shot. Good thinking, Six.
Yeah, I'm a little worried at this point. I wasn't so worried last night when we talked to the fish.
You talk to... you know what? You are weird people. I like you. You come to...
Thank you, General.
You come find me sometime, either here or when the war is over. I'll probably go
You're
back
weird
to Nesbo.
too. You're
Aye,
weird
okay.
too. I love you.
You know what? I
Bye.
love you. Okay. All right.
He doesn't know everything yet.
Thanks for your hospitality, General Edful.
All right. What is going on at the bottom is that a lot of these components down here have overheated. Mariah comes topside and says to you all, all right, listen, we've got a lot of things that have gone wrong. I mean, the boat's not sank. We had to offload some of the product. So that's not great for where we're going to sell it, but it's fine.
Which whiskey?
Yeah, sure. Springfire, which whiskey. These folk were kind enough to take some of it off our hands for a price. But there is there's a lot of problems. Any of you know anything about boats and mechanics?
I'm made of metal.
Is it anything organic? Nature-wise?
It is not nature-wise.
You
no.
said overheated, right?
It did overheat.
I can move water to freeze it if it needs to cool down.
Right, so if you do that, it's like, it's fine. Every time you try and start it up, it kind of sputters out. So, yeah, I mean, that would be helpful.
Okay, I can give it my best.
All right, so you set up. Are you using your new jug?
Yes, I am.
All right. Yeah, you start to shape the water over the components that keep heating up. Culpin and Mariah keep trying to start up the boat, and it makes that kind of grinding noise that shitty old boats do. You know.
All right. Let me ask you a question.
That was very
Tanner.
good.
Can I use my knowledge of I guess mechanical things to assist here with my thieves' tools in any way to make small alterations? Because I don't like. There's no real skill here for like mechanical knowledge that I see, and the only one I could think of that would be helpful in my case would be the fact that I can like play with locks and stuff.
I would also give that if you agree with it, that you would probably have been on and off of boats because you lived in Port Wayworth.
Okay, yeah, I'm good with
so
that.
just
That
knowing
makes
the
sense
area.
too.
Yeah, at least stealing from them. So you would kind of know the ins and outs and try and maneuver through the hulls and everything like that. So, yeah, the only tools that you have access to are your thieves' tools. They're kind of fine working stuff, so you can go underside and try and work on that. It would be useless on the paddles.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like
Yeah.
the stuff that's keeps sputtering out when it starts. Those more fine instruments.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a roll. Give me that proficiency roll with your thieves' tools to see what do.
22.
Okay, do it at advantage to see if you get that nat 20 because Osiris is cooling it down as you're working on it.
No.
Okay, all right.
As a 1.
You do a great job. These components down here, you start getting them back together as best you can. It's not super clean, but it will work. You can tell that you've made all the components connect with each other. It'll work for some time, given the right care with that roll.
But what it needs right now is new components completely. That's okay.
Yep. So yeah, the only thing is the back paddle that's not working out so well. So I would. Is there anything else that you guys are trying to do to fix this out? To what do?
Yeah, so Six will go down and not recognize any of the parts, and then he's going to go play with Oscar.
The cat. Okay, cool. All right. So Archie, you, Mariah, and Culpin kind of continue to work on the boat. Osiris helps as much as possible to kind of,
Cool it off.
cool it off.
Chink, chink, punk,
Yep.
punk,
Yep.
plink, plink. Oh, fuck, my finger got squished. Chink,
Nice.
chink.
Right when Archie smacks his finger, Six, you're playing with the cat, but you notice off to the west on the river a large shape growing and moving towards you on the river. It is solid. and eventually you could tell it's another boat.
Oh. Oh, Six just remembered he has mending as a cantrip.
Oh, nice.
So Six casts mending real quick on one of the things that Archie's working on. I just remembered I could help. Beep. And then he's gonna go, guys, boat.
Yeah, I know, Six. We're on a boat. Is what we're trying to fix here.
No, there's another boat.
Archie pops his head up from the cacophony of machinery around him.
You look off to the west, downriver, and see a ship growing. It's a pretty small ship, a swift, maneuverable boat. You've seen a few like them, these kind of skiffs, in Port Wayworth. A lot of times they are powered by newer machinery than this, especially given what this thing looks like. But now we're going to switch positions over to Margbark. Margbark, you lost contact with your sword last night. It had been giving you some updates since the last time you separated from it. It let you know that it sent a message out to Dredge and Dineth, the two people that you are now on this boat with. This is a swift boat. It is very nice. You don't really know how Dredge was able to find it. Not that you care.
Find it.
Yeah, not going to ask questions about it either.
Yep. But it is very easy to captain. There's not a lot, and one person could do it if need be. Really, this could probably stow 6 to 8 people pretty comfortably. And you've got enough supplies for about that many for a week. Off in the distance, you can see a boat and tents and a lot of people moving about this large camp. You knew Exarch was operating on the south side of the Sanguine, so this is what it must be. Dredge and Dineth are working about the boat to keep this, operating in tip-top shape. Dineth, for the most part, is sweeping the poop deck. He's cleaning the deck boards, and will take any task that you give him just to kind of learn the ropes. What do you do?
So we're approaching the ship that the rest of the party is upon.
You don't necessarily know that. What you
I don't know that as Margbark.
Oh yeah, but
that's
you,
what's happening.
So y'all are coming
yes.
from the direction of Perosha,
No, they're coming from the direction.
No, we're coming
the same way we came from.
The same way we came.
and we're going in the same direction?
We came. Y'all. Well, I was there, but I wasn't.
Yeah,
there.
he's coming towards
Also,
you.
really nice boat headed our way, bruvs.
I agree. Maybe we could steal all their parts.
Is it bigger or a smaller boat?
It's smaller.
Maybe they're a friend.
Ah, shit. So like, I guess to get a sense of like what the fuck is going on, like would Margbark think that this is an unsafe scenario? Like, I don't need to contact whoever's on this boat because they could be a not friendly party.
Wouldn't Margbark, the closer he gets, recognize where he is because we were just here?
Margbark wasn't there.
He wasn't there. The sword was
Sword
there.
was giving him some updates, but he wouldn't recognize any of this.
Yeah, Margbark was never actually there.
So that whole time,
Did you not pick up on
No,
that?
wait. That whole time,
Yeah.
that was the Eldritch
The
sword.
sword.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when did?
When they
Okay.
split, when he went invisible at the beginning of
when
the
you were
thing.
still playing Baldur's Gate at the beginning. So
Yeah. You were still.
I was not. I've been
You
off.
weren't fucking
I've been off
paying
Baldur's. No, I thought that just happened for that moment. I didn't think that they
Oh, hell
were
no.
apart
Split
this
the
whole
entire
time.
No. So the whole time,
Holy
Margbark
shit.
has not been there.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Eldritch entity has.
So, that changes.
All right. So not knowing who's on this boat, would this be like an unsafe, like, hey, we need to avoid what's going on here at this dock. We got to just keep on moving.
You would know that there are runners and things on here. The last thing that you would have gotten from the sword, it was like its messages were not full statements. Like it couldn't send that kind of connection and keep up its illusion as long as it did. So its updates were basically Sanguine, camp, whiskey, boat. So Dredge contacted. It would be very short messages throughout. But you got basically the idea that the rest of the party was on a boat going down the Sanguine towards Perotia, and that they had camped for the night after fighting a big-ass bird. You don't have enough to assume that this is them.
Okay, all right. So Marbark's going to call Dredge over to him and say,
Dredge, would you say this looks like a ship of a certain type of merchant that carries, shall we say, illicit materials?
Aye, let me take a quick look. And he'll tap his gem eye and look off into the distance and turn back towards you. Cap might think that's one of them ships that does some hauling.
That's what I assumed, based on the look of the ship and its crew.
It looks to be quite a bit fucked up.
Yeah, they appear to be in a bad way.
Also, I don't know if this is the kind of place that we want to make a stop, because it looks like that's an Exarchan camp on the southern side. They, while they do let people pass here, it is kind of a neutral zone, this river. I don't think they take nicely for us to just stop and say hello.
Under normal circumstances, I would tend to agree. But something tells me we need to find some whiskey runners. I suspect this may be what we're looking for.
You're the captain. If you think that this is a good idea, then I'm not one to say no. This ain't gonna be no mutiny today, sir.
Young Deneth,
Yes, Captain.
prepare the ship to dock. We will be checking out the scene at this Exarchan camp.
Aye, Captain. Which part of the boat do I need to scrub to prepare to dock?
Never mind. Dredge, please, show the boy how to prepare the ship.
Aye, Captain, I can make that happen. So Dredge will start getting over to the side. He'll hand Deneth a large rope, and he'll start preparing the other segment in the back. Putting out some buoys so you don't scrape it on the side. I know that's not real piratey stuff, but you don't want to scratch your nice boat.
you really can't. This is nice boat.
It's river boating, not sea boating. Completely
Exactly.
different.
Exactly.
100%.
All right, so you guys get up. It's a very small dock. You think you could probably attach to the boat itself that is already attached to the dock, and that would be your best bet.
Hey, Six, come with me.
Okay, Archie.
Fix that rudder. the bent rudder.
Mend.
It kind of moves back into place. Again, you do your best job with it. This thing needs new parts. It is serviceable or functional.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Gotcha.
Yeah, good enough.
Where is Chandri Aberlane?
On the boat?
No one has seen him yet.
Hopefully
Oh.
kidnapped by the Exarchan army if we're lucky, but
All right, so we're gonna dock our boat and see what happens. We're hopping up in there. What up, Exarch Camp?
Captain, you want me to do the hailing, or are you going to do that?
Hail away, sir.
Hail! Other boat!
Do we hear this?
Yes, you all hear it.
hey, that voice sounds kind of familiar. No,
It
Six?
does. Yeah.
I've never heard that
Don't
voice
remember
before.
where. No, you wouldn't have. I don't think. We've met a lot of people before you.
He sounds like any other seaman.
Seaman.
Any other
Sea-
seamen?
Seaman.
I've met several seamen.
I look in the direction of the.
Well, we
the
gotta
hail.
I guess we're under the boat, so we gotta poke up our heads, right?
I assumed I walked out on the deck when me and Six were fixing the paddle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would have done that too. Yeah.
You
Okay,
would
Osiris
all
also
be
does.
on the deck. That's fine.
Okay.
Dredge will turn back to you, Margbark. He says, Captain, them be the people you were traveling with. I can see it with my, well, you know at this point. And then Archie, well, everyone can basically see off the distance. That definitely, it cuts a piratey look, the guy that's on the front hailing you.
Do we look? Do
Hey,
we
isn't
know?
that what's his fucking name? Sledge?
Fedge?
Edge?
Medge?
Medge?
Jedge?
Bread?
Oh, bread.
Cred?
Maybe bread.
Cred?
Hello,
Brad?
bread. It's us. Are you Mark's friend?
No, I don't think it was
Dread?
Brad. I think
Dread?
it
Maybe it was Dread?
Ted? Maybe it's Ted?
Captain, your friends be calling me Bread.
Hi, Dread.
Oh, they've called me all sorts of weird names, too. You'll get used to it after a while.
Oh, Dredge. That's what it was. It's Dredge.
Oh, I was close. I was close.
All right, they've got it now. And you could hear them shouting this out, Margbark.
Margbark face palms very hard.
Wait, is that Margbark?
Is that Margbark? Margbark, I got
Margbark.
your sword. Margbark.
Margbark, I thought you died.
Dredge, something looks not okay with the sword.
Well, I mean, I know it weren't no normal sword, but now that thing looks like a piece of, it's seen better days.
I tried to polish it.
Can you give it a glance for me?
Ain't no power there, sir.
We might be in trouble.
So you guys get close. Between Dineth and Dredge, they're able to get you docked onto the other boat. Mariah and Culpin look very concerned about all this. Mariah comes out. What in the hell? Hey, you can't just come up here and dock on someone else's boat. This is not okay.
Excuse me, ma'am. I have business here. These are my friends, my traveling companions.
You've met him before.
And I need to get to them now.
Margbark, how did you
Wait,
disappear
hold
like that?
on, hold on. What the fuck? What are you were on the fucking boat, and now you're on that.
We have a lot of questions ourselves, but Margbark, I'm glad you're okay.
Yes, I can explain it all very soon, and I will. I know you have a lot of questions, and I missed you too, all that. Great, good to see you. Fine. Where's Chandri Aberlane? I brought his boy, and he owes me some money.